All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go racing with Justin Swafford and Brian Hewitt on the front row. Richie Joplin, Colby Whipple have the second row. Trevor Sotheby, Aaron Brill on the third row. Blake Veekin, Russell Worth on the fourth. Dustin Slover and Brandon Newby round out your top 10. Tyler Ott starting in 11th, right next to Pudge in 12th. Ryan McDaniel starting in 13th. Lance Spawnberg in 14th. Clay Kirchenbauer in 15th. Mike Brown starting in 16th. Jeremy Edwards starts 17th. Dean Webb in 18th. Darren Silva rounding out the 19-car field here tonight. Ryan is third qualified. That's how many weeks in a row now? I'm going to have to go back and look at the stats. I think Ryan has actually qualified 13th like the last 4 races. All the drivers taking to the grid. This is an interesting interesting way of getting out on track. Here they come out onto the track. Now this front to the straightaways have 10 degrees of banking, and it can make it even tricky to get the trucks moving. Some of the lower slung cars even harder. Everybody gets going, a few of them trying to hit the cameraman. Now they catch up to the pace car. Pace car doing 90 miles an hour around here. This track is 3 miles long. 10 degrees of banking on the straightaways. A whopping 36 degrees in the turns. In practice, in 3 and 4 car drafts, they were doing 230 miles an hour. Looks like we will get a delay to the green flag. Thomas, that's without all the tracks, cars, and everything else, buddy. It gets bigger. Realistically, we have 3 drivers racing for the title tonight. Justin Swafford, Blake Veekin, and Richie Joplin. Richie is the long shot here tonight. I wasn't going to say that, Thomas. Let's see if we can get a quick word with Pudge on pace laps. Pudge, it's Doug. You got me.
Hey, Doug. What's up, brother?
Hey, I know you're barely making it into these here lately, but man, it's been another great season coming to a close here tonight. Will we see you in victory lane?
I'm going for it all tonight. You might as well put 500 to win, Nowski. I'm winning this thing tonight, baby.
Well, man, good luck, and I know you're stepping back, but my understanding is stepping back from running things, but we're not stepping back from racing.
That's correct. I'll still be around. It's just I'm going to hand the reins off to some others and let somebody else have fun with it.
Well, man, good luck tonight. Go out with a bang, as you said earlier today, although not too big of a bang. Let's see if you can bring it home with 4 tires and an engine.
Yes, sir, baby. Let's get it. Appreciate it, Doug.
Good luck, buddy. Pudge is riled up and ready to go. Everybody is stacked up, and it looks like we will get the green flag this time by. Take a deep breath, folks, because there's going to be so much excitement. You're probably not going to breathe for the next hour. I know I'm not going to. They actually put me in an oxygen bubble for tonight just to be safe. Pace car is in. It's time to go racing. Down the front straightaway, here we go. Green flag is in the air. They are down and away at iRacing Super Speedway. Now things do get exciting. Unlike Daytona and Talladega, these trucks not restricted in any way, shape, or form. They will max out the speed in about a lap and a half at well over 230 miles an hour on the straightaways. Drivers are looking at 19 to 20 laps on a tank of fuel, but the runs these guys get, they are going to come flying. Oh, we've already got one car off track. He is sliding, but he's going to save it. Nobody gets caught. Trevor Sotheby, epic save, buddy. Back down the front straightaway, and it looks like Blake Beacon leads lap 1. Holy cow, what a wild start to this. Already 3 wide in multiple places on the track. And you see just how wide this track is. It is about 6 lanes wide in the turns, about 4 lanes wide on the straightaways. And you see Jeremy Edwards in that white truck in the middle. He is building a big run. Expect him to pick up. If he has an opening, he'll fly through. Holy cow! Somebody hit the bump in turn 3, went up the track. Everybody's okay. The racing here is nuts. It is non-stop excitement. Now we talk about the speeds here, folks. 230 miles an hour. Looked like we had him topping at, Jeremy Edwards topped out at 231. Richie Joplin on the bottom, down the back, or in the middle rather, losing speed. Here comes Russell Worth. Russell's got a big run going, checks up. Edwards hitting 230, and there you see that big bump. Edwards almost gets into the 66 of Ryan McDaniel. Everybody holds on to it. And again, 3 wide out of the turn. It looks like Pudge might be playing it a little bit safe here in the early going, sitting in the middle. Beacon still out front. That's where he said he wanted to be all night. And a lot of squirreliness going on out there off the turns. Tyler Ott stuck in the middle. Pudge comes forward. Dean Webb already up from 18th to 4th. Dean Webb looking for that hard charger bonus points tonight, apparently. Swafford did get the pole, getting himself 10 points. It's going to make Blake's job even harder tonight. Mike Brown in the 22 is about to do the slalom through the field. Oh, let's ride along with Mike on his helmet cam here. Down into turn 3, that big bump, and you see just how much of a run Mike has. Full throttle, full send all the way around here. You get a big run out of these turns, especially in these trucks. It is so easy if you've got somewhere to go, just to hop down, find a hole, march forward. Oh boy. That bottom lane is definitely the place you want to be on corner entry, but man, those bumps make it tricky. Now we said we had some fun new cameras for you tonight. Hey, watch this. This is our new gyroscope camera. Just wait till we get into the turns. Oh, wait, there it is. Sorry, we have it installed on Tyler Ott's truck. Had the road truck Tyler headed down the front straightaway now. And obviously the camera stays level. The car at 10 degrees. The car now to 36 degrees of banking through turns 1 and 2. You couldn't walk up that hill. It is just so crazy running around here. Everybody's still in one piece. Lap 7. Trevor Sotheby is still going. He is still out on track. He does not have the benefit of the draft. As he comes out of turn 2, the rest of the field coming through 1 and 2, he will get picked up, and it looks like Mike Brown, Ryan McDaniel may have had a problem a moment ago. There is Mike on the bottom coming off turn 4. Oh, just getting down extremely low. No problems. They were just kissing the apron there coming off the turn. The yellow line rule is in effect tonight, so there will be no passing below the yellow line. It's probably a good thing. Back in the NASCAR Racing 2002 and 2003 days, well, the back straightaway is wide enough. You can get easily 10 wide if you use the apron, and yeah, you see it there. Yeah, we would get a little crazy. Dean Webb, started in 18th, is already in the lead, but look who is right behind. Pudge now up to 2nd. Beacon still fighting back though. Big run off the bottom. The field is about to catch up to Sotheby, and this could be, Sotheby's going to go way up top, up by the safer barrier. Back in my day, we didn't have a safer barrier here. We just took our hits like a man. Sotheby will be able to hook on, and if they get a caution, he's not involved. He will get the, whoa, there we go! Caution is out for the first time. Lap 9, and Sotheby skips through it. Brian Hewitt involved. Pudge is caught up in it. Clay Kirchenbauer in it. Let's take a look. There's Pudge in the 7, off into, oh, Jeremy Edwards, I think, is the one that shot up the track. Edwards gets a little bit of a bump from Tyler Ott, heads down the track, comes back up. Let's take a different angle, but let's try this in slow motion. Edwards backs off just a hair from Pudge. Ott gets into him, turns down, collects Russell Worth. Up the track they go, hard hits into that outside wall for all three, and Trevor Sotheby just barely misses it. Clay Kirchenbauer also catches a piece of that one. Clay had to tow to pit road, as did Brian Hewitt and Pudge. Every driver is headed in for fuel and tires. Hey, Gage, how's it going, man? Doing great. I think a few drivers are having a rough start to this one. Trevor Sotheby is staying out to get that wave around. Get himself back to the lead lap. Russell Worth actually managed to complete his pit stop and get off pit road. Blakey Pooh is out. Richie is out. Tyler Ott, Dean Webb. Gage, they definitely are a great bunch of guys. Normally, I do not interview drivers right after a crash, but I know Russell will be a good boy here, so let's see if we can get a word. Hey, Russell, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, Doug, I got you.
Hey, obviously a rough start to this one, but you're back out on track, so I'm assuming you're okay despite hitting the wall at about 200 miles an hour.
Yeah, it hurt just a little bit.
Man, that was definitely one heck of a wild ride. Once you get tapped here, you're just along for the ride. But it's great seeing you come back out of pit road, and you were out there toward the front. I see you're dropping back.
Yeah, I had to go in the pit early, so with the blown motor, so I had to fall all the way to the back.
Well, at least you survived. You're still in this, man. Good luck. Great recovery so far, and hopefully you can stay in the fight, buddy.
I hope so.
Good luck, bud.
Thanks. You have a great one.
Well, Russell Worth sounds like he is okay after that hit in turn 3 at 200 plus miles an hour. I can tell you, when you go off into turn 3 and head toward the wall like that, that wall gets there really, really, really quick, despite how wide this track is. Everybody stacked up coming down the back straightaway. Blake Viken has the lead. Richie Joplin still in second. Richie somehow skates by that whole thing. Tyler Ott in third. Dean Webb in fourth. Newby in fifth. Mike Brown sixth. Lance Spawnberg in seventh. Justin Swafford in eighth. Ryan McDaniel in ninth. Darren Silva in 10th. Trevor Sotheby is on pit road, but he did get his lap back. Oh, pace car is in. Sotheby is still on pit road. And here we go. Green flag back in the air. And it looks like Sotheby may have had a problem on pit road. He is stuck there. Everybody coming up to speed. Still 15 cars on the lead lap. Clay Kirchenbauer is back out, as is Pudge, as is Brian Hewitt. So Sotheby, the only driver still on pit road. And there is the famous bobble into turn 3. Trevor Sotheby is on his way back out. It is tricky getting into turn 3 here. Oh, little bumping as they go off into 1 that time. Here comes Sotheby up to speed out of turn 2, down on the apron. Even exiting pit road here is tricky because Once you pass the pit road wall, you can go as fast as you want, but it is a flat apron all the way around. And even a slightly too much of a tap to the gas pedal will send you around and up the banking. Looks like we've got one truck in that lead pack blinking at the moment. That is not a good situation to have in any race, but especially here where you're going as fast. They are trying to get 3 and 4 and 5 wide. 3 wide, pretty normal here. 4 wide, pretty normal here. 5 wide, it works, but it's not a great thing. Swafford is dropping toward the back. Looks like this is intentional. He jumped up to the high line and is let out of the gas. He is going to the tail end of the field trying to be safe. Aaron Brill also back there. Jeremy Edwards off pace. Hutch trying to get one of his laps back the old-fashioned way. He is racing his way to the front. Holy cow, the 22 of Mike Brown took that hit into turn 3 really hard that time. But he uses the momentum on the high side. Look at the run he has. But right above him, Dustin Slover, also out by the wall, has a big run. Pudge moves up a lane. He's going to try and take advantage of some help coming. Russell Worth had to drop to the tail end on the restart. Has already worked his way back up into 9th. They briefly were all single file. Dean Webb hops out of line, as does Newby. Are they going to work together? It looks like Dean is going to push Newby down the front straightaway as they try and get past Beacon and Ott here. Richie Joplin, though, on the bottom, pulling up to Ott's back bumper. Colby Whipple starting to make his way forward again, now back up into 8th. So far, Blakey Pooh Snickerdoodle Boo Boo has led the most laps here tonight. Blake came in tonight second in points, 12 points behind Swafford. Swafford did score the pole though, gets that 10 bonus points. So Blake has got to get the 5 bonus points for leading a lap. Make sure Swafford does not lead a lap. And he's got to get the win and hope Swafford finishes way back. However, we saw Swafford drop to the back earlier. Guess what? Back to 8th. And you can only count. Dean was way out of shape there. Richie Joplin is going to the lead as Blake went up the track. Tyler Ott jumps to the high side. He's going to help Blake. And they go back to the front. That combination has been unstoppable so far. Dean Webb now hooked up with Russell Worth up top. And Swafford is there. Oh, and Mike Brown is cutting his way back through the field as well. Back up into 8th. Every time a car goes through this field, Mike Brown seems to be right there going with them. Jeremy Edwards up on the high side, lets the field go by as he goes down the lap. And they are 4 wide out of turn 4 briefly. Now they're just 3 wide, it's fine. The question here always comes down to where is the next big run coming from? Who's on the attack? Clay Kirchenbauer, who's currently a lap down up on the high side, he is trying to unlap himself just like Pudge. And now, Clay, hold on, buddy. Whoa! That'll make you catch your breath, folks. And Russell's move is not going to help anybody sleep better either, but he slides back in behind Dean Webb. Lance Spawnberg in the mix up here as well. The top 3 have opened a very small gap on 4th place Ryan McDaniel. Ryan, though, able to use the draft in these trucks at this track. You are picking up the draft from about 4 to 5/10 of a second. Holy cow, Ryan. Hold on to her, buddy. He really hit that bump hard. And we talked about some of these new cameras specifically for this race. What do you say? Let's see. Not the exact camera I was looking for. There we go. On the outside of Tyler Ott's truck, looking back, he is in 2nd place, right behind Blake, and you see those other 2 lines closing in back behind. Trucks peeking out, coming toward him. And you really see the impact of that bump. And it looks like that is Dean Webb up on the high side. Richie Joplin right behind Tyler. Dean Webb bringing that group forward. And they are coming quickly. Mike Brown now up into 7th and closing in on that lead group, now in 6th. Mike Brown up on the high side, that 3-car pack led by Dean Webb now appears to have a run. Oh, it gets bumpy in turn 3. Everybody holds on to it. Jeremy Edwards has gone to pit road. Swafford currently back in 10th, the points leader, but Blake Veekin, 2nd in points, has led the vast majority of this race. Trevor Sotheby just ahead, about to go another lap down here. Everybody trying to settle in just a little bit. Only 2 lines going at the moment. Nobody making any big attacks. Everybody was last on pit road, lap 11, so we are just a couple of laps away. I cannot believe I'm about to say this. Green flag pit stops. Now remember, they are going 230 miles an hour down the straightaways. They never get below about 209, 210 miles an hour in the turns. And they will have to get the trucks load up to 65 miles an hour before they hit the pit road cone. There you see the cone on the inside of the pit road wall. They have a little bit of time, but you have to start prepping for pit road entry as you go into turn 3 here. Dean Webb has taken the lead from Blake Viken, and look on the high side, Mike Brown on the move, and Nowski is coming. One car drops down to the apron. Looks like, I believe that is Darren Silva dropped to the bottom. Expect to see him on pit road. You definitely cannot pit alone here. You need some drafting help or you're going to lose a lot of ground. Hey, good evening, Steve. Blakey Poo has led the most laps so far. Dean Webb hopped out of the lead. He has jumped to the high side, dropping back. Sotheby has slid into the pack, is up to full speed. And here we go. The first group is breaking off, coming in. Lance Sponberg is in. Brian Hewitt is in. Both of them get it load up. No problems. Here's where the big problem is going to come in. All of these guys really are going to need to come in the next 2 laps. Blake has led so many laps, he definitely runs a risk of running out of fuel here tonight. Here they come through 3 and 4. Will Blakey Poo lead them down? He is coming in. And will we have chaos? Holy cow! Nobody has turned around. Everybody gets them woed up. Colby Whipple, Aaron Brill, Dustin Slover all stay out. Everybody else is in. Now the question is, how many of them got speeding penalties coming down from 210 down to 65 miles an hour? And we have seen major incidents in the past here at iRacing Superspeedway getting onto pit road. And here we go. The last 3 are coming in as the rest of the field goes out. Oh, here we go. We've got one in the wall. Aaron Brill goes for a ride on pit road entry. He gets the truck turned around going the right way. But man, his night just went downhill. Meanwhile, Blake is leading him back off pit road. Richie Joplin not far behind Tyler Ott. They do get a little spread out here. Bit of a surprise to see so much spread between them. Be interesting to see how long it takes for them to get reconnected. Looks like Blake woed up for a minute, giving Richie a chance to catch up. And there is enough of a gap between Richie and looks like Tyler Ott Tyler Ott will not have the benefit of the draft, so Blake and Richie might be able to pull away, especially if they can get Colby Whipple. And here comes Pudge as well. Russell Worth is towed to pit road. Did he have a problem going in? Russell! Ouch! Small problem hitting pit road for Russell Worth. You gotta give it to the Nowski Nation because, folks, I have broadcast races here, and that was the first time I have seen a complete green flag stop at iRacing Super Speedway. Tyler Ott, with some help, is caught back up to Richie and Blake. Looks like Jeremy Edwards in the mix in the middle of that pack. Mike Brown now in fourth. Looks like he's got Swafford and Pudge with him as they try and close in on the leaders. Currently 0.8 of a second behind Ott. Here is one very interesting note about this track. You talk about Daytona and Talladega, 2.5 miles, but limited to 200 miles an hour. These trucks are running about 48, 49 second laps there. 3 miles around this track, but these boys are running 47 second laps. With Blake up there doing 220 miles an hour into the turn as Mike Brown on the high side is going for the lead. And there is your championship battle. Swafford up top, second in line, with Blake on the bottom leading. Side by side right now, 4 lead lap cars, 2 cars in that group a lap down. Colby Whipple in 5th is about 5 seconds behind. Dean Webb has got Ryan McDaniel and Darren Silva with him. Dean about 6.8 seconds behind Whipple, but they are gaining quickly. Whipple and Sotheby doing everything they can to keep Dean in the mirror. Looks like Dean's group shuffled around a little bit there. Sometimes the speed around the track comes down to who's in front and who's pushing. Sometimes swapping around who is where really helps. Tyler Ott has towed the pit road. Tyler Ott was in that lead pack. Hewitt has also gone and towed the pit road. I have no idea. I am looking to see what happened to Tyler. Tyler off of turn 2, way up to the top of the track. And the truck looks incredibly slow relative to the other trucks on track. And oh, looks like he may have had connection problems. Thankfully, he got him resolved quickly. He is back out on track, and we still have 18 of the 19 trucks that started the race out here. And now Blake is side by side with Swafford. As they run, Swafford would be the champ. Halfway next time by. Swafford and Pudge trying to make that high side work at the moment. Dean Webb's group appears to have picked up a couple more cars. Despite losing one of them, they've got Clay Kirchenbauer in the group now as well. It looks like McDaniel dropping back in the group. He is just going to hang out and ride along. The interesting note now is that these drivers, they went 20 laps, so we'll see them back in about 10 laps. That means everybody's going to have to pit 2 more times, once around lap 51 and then any time after lap 60. Dean Webb is still closing, and his group are still closing on Whipple. Now just 5.5 seconds back. Whipple continues to lose ground to the lead pack. That bottom line still holding their own, still able to keep Swafford, Pudge back behind. Mike Brown goes back up to the high side. Lance Spawnberg bringing up the second, or the back part of that second group. Brandon Newby leading the third main group going right now. Several little groups of 2s and 3s throughout the field. Aaron Brills knows he has been bump drafting, and that truck got a little squirrely as they catch up to Tyler Ott, who was battling for the lead, but is now back into 16th. He'll get hooked on with this group. Big push from Newby to get him up to speed as well. Hutch said he was gonna win it tonight. He's currently in 13th, 1 lap down. He is in position to get his lap back if a caution comes out. Oh no, the kids hit the USB on Russell Worth's computer and shut his wheel off. That explains that extraordinarily strange pit road entry. Russell, that is heartbreaking, buddy. I am so sorry. I've been there, and I understand. Swafford losing a little bit of help up on the high side. Dean Webb has really closed the gap on Whipple now, down to 3.3 seconds. Ryan McDaniel sitting in 7th. Darren Silva in 8th. Lance Sponberg still hanging on in 9th. Newbies group continues to grow. Holy cow! Let's watch what just happened with Brandon Newby. This was right after he and Newby goes up the track, 360s it and saves it. Gets it back down off the track, so no caution. Newby now is all alone though. Aaron Brill and Jeremy Edwards have both been to pit road. Mike Brown as well. And Pudge and Jeremy Edwards coming off pit road. It looks like we were talking about that strategy a few minutes ago. It looks like they are shaking it up just a little bit. So Blake, Richie, and Mike, the top 3 at the moment. Swafford is out of the, well, no, he might still have a little bit of the draft. We'll see if he can close back up. Colby Whipple still has Trevor Sotheby right ahead of him. And Dean Webb's group has actually lost group to the lost ground to the 2 trucks ahead. They are now 4 seconds back as it looks like Sponberg is in. Slover and Ott together. Dustin currently in 10th. Ott currently in 15th. I'm willing to bet these leaders are going to run it out. And a lot of times in situations like this, we saw the field spread out after that first round of stops. Could very well see this field tighten back up after this second round of stops. Should see the vast majority of the field in the next 2 laps. And here comes Blake. He's going to lead that lead pack in. Richie really sends it down in there. Dean Webb's group now coming around as well. Should see them in this time also. It looks like Whipple also came in. Oh, a close call. I believe that was Ryan McDaniel. Almost got bumped, and wow. Newby and McDaniel almost getting together there. It gets a little bit close. Dustin Slover and Aaron Brill, as well as Tyler Ott staying out. Blake on his way back out. Richie right behind. Here comes Mike. Yep, there is Mike. There is Swafford. Pudge now up to 11th. Jeremy Edwards currently in 16th. And at the moment, Dustin Slover is the leader, has picked up 5 bonus points. Ironically, oh, here comes Slover to pit road. Ott stays out. And this time by Blake will reclaim the lead. Richie in second will pull back up. Mike Brown and Swafford right behind, trying to close back up as well. Colby Whipple, Trevor Sotheby back together again. Ryan McDaniel still hooked up with Dean Webb and Brandon Newby. Hudge pitted off cycle, has put himself back on the lead lap. In 10th, he just needs a caution. He is back in the fight. Tyler Ott is headed in. Slover already back off pit road as Darren Silva comes flying by. They did have unlimited tires tonight, and it does look like everybody has taken at least right side tires on every stop so far. And you know, everybody enjoyed that new gyroscopic camera earlier in the race so much. Let's do it again. Riding along with Blake, the leader. Lap traffic ahead coming off pit road. Looks like Tyler Ott up there on the high side. 10 degrees of banking, now 36. That'd be fun to sled down. Back down the front straightaway. Caution is out. Caution is out. Lap 54, and Lance Sponberg appears to be involved. Our second caution of the night. Lance down on the bottom. Clay Kirchenbauer right behind. Clay coming up there. Oh, Lance just comes up, doesn't realize Clay has the run. Clay back down to the holy cow. Lance took a couple of very hard licks there. And guess what, folks? Pudge's strategy worked out. He is back on the lead lap. Expect everybody on pit road for tires and fuel. They will still need another fuel stop before the race is over. Here they come, Blake leading them in. Much easier to get onto pit road under caution here. The pace car's only doing 90. Pit road speed is 65. It's a huge difference from coming out of turn 4 at 215 miles an hour and having to get it down to 65. Hudge called it. He was going to win this one tonight. It wasn't looking good after that first caution, but by golly, that second one just saved him, and this is going to put the pack back together again. Well, if you've been breathing for the last little bit, enjoy it for these last couple laps of caution, because I don't think we're going to breathe for the remaining 24-ish laps. Here comes Pudge off pit road. Let's see if we can get a word. Pudge, it looked like it was game over after that first caution, but a perfect strategy, and you're back in the fight.
It was, man. I seen Jeremy called out he's going to go pit, and I was like, hell, why not? I ain't got nothing else to lose. And sure enough, we was able to come out ahead of the leaders, get our lap back.
Man, it worked out perfectly, and now you're going to be up there about restarting about 7th place. So you've got you're still in this thing, and man, it's been a pretty much Viken-dominated night. Can you get around him?
I'm gonna try. We tried on the outside a few times. It's tough. Them guys on the bottom, him and Joplin, they're really tough down there. So looks like we might have to do a little bumpy to get past it.
Well, do what you got to do. You're overdue for another win. Good luck tonight, buddy.
Amen to that. Thank you, brother.
Pudge excited to be back on the lead lap. I don't think Blake, though, is going to like the bumpy. And Swafford currently sitting in 4th. You have to wonder how much does he push it from here. After winning the pole, he has got it pretty easy going forward. Lights are out as they come down the back straightaway. Blake Viken, Richie Joplin have the front row. Mike Brown and Ryan McDaniel on the second. Swafford and Whipple on the third. Pudge, Darren Silva round out the 4th. Dustin Slover and Dean Webb round out your top 10. Clay Kirchenbauer, Aaron Brill both now back on the lead lap. Pace car brings him out of turn 4. Brian Hewitt has suddenly towed to pit road. Looks like he may have had a problem. Pace car is in. Blake Viken in control of the restart. He is in the restart zone. Fires green flag back in the air. Richie on the high side trying to pull forward, and Swafford's going to give him a big push. Viken, no help at the moment. Mike Brown really getting aggressive, trying to get up here and get the win tonight. Blake drops back down to the bottom, right in front of Richie, and now reclaims the lead. Swafford has some help from Whipple up top, and here comes Pudge. Ryan McDaniel all the way down on the apron, trying to hold on to her. "22 laps to go, and in 2 laps, everybody will be able to go the distance on fuel as Whipple goes way up the track." Tyler Ott sitting at the back of the field. Let's see what the view looks like from his nose cam. Oh, he's about to get one heck of a view. They're in the wall, and He goes down to the apron. He is Sotheby spinning, and what a save! Our third caution of the night. Everybody can go from here on fuel. Looks like Swafford involved, Edwards, Whipple, and Sotheby all involved. Let's take a look. Here's Swafford on the high side, and oh, Whipple just gets into Richie. Richie goes up, and calamity. Riding along with Whipple, and oh, yep, Whipple. Turn, turn, turn. And even a jump. We'll see everybody on pit road this time. That is guaranteed. They can all go the distance from here on fuel. Clay Kirchenbauer already in. Did not see him involved in that. And are we? Yeah, Blake is leading. No. Only about half the field is coming in. That is strange. Blake must be gambling on either the pace laps helping. Let's see if he is clutching. In Blake's car right now, he is on the throttle, but it sounds like staying out of the throttle as much as possible. You see quite a few banged up noses out there. That is the drivers out there just sending it, bump drafting all the way around the track. Gonna get a word with Tyler Ott as he comes off pit road. Hey Tyler, it's Doug, you got me? Hey, Tyler, it's Doug in the booth. You got me?
I got you.
Hey, I have to say, about the time you went off into turn 3, we dialed up your nose cam. You had quite a view of that incident.
Yeah, I was just kind of laying back there, and a lot of smoke, and I just hope nobody would come down the track and hit me.
Well, you managed to avoid it. I know you can go the distance from here on fuel. Still a couple of laps down, but you're starting to gain some ground again.
Yeah, I got the connection loss there running in the top 3. That was kind of disappointing, but just going to try to stay in it and get every spot I can.
Well, man, you had a great run before the connection loss. Hopefully we see you fight back, buddy. Good luck.
Thank you.
Tyler Ott probably had the best seat in the house for that incident. I'll tell you, Pudge is back in, Colby is in, Clay is in, Sotheby is back in as well. But Blake does not come in, neither does Mike Brown. Hey Mike, it's Doug in the booth. You got me? Hey, a gutsy call staying out of here, man. Can you make it on fuel if this thing stays green?
There's no way I can make it. I'm just hoping for another caution.
Well, I hope it works out. And you've been fast all night, been fighting your way up there. Wish you the best of luck and hope it falls your way.
Thank you, Doug.
Mike's volume obviously extraordinarily low here tonight. Turned it up as loud as I possibly could. My apologies. He did say he is just hoping for another caution. There is no way he can make it on fuel. Therefore, there is no way Blakey Poo Snickerdoodle Boo Boo can make it on fuel either. Hey, good evening, Tessa. I'm about to be out of breath, Thomas. The next 20 laps, ask me if I'm dead after this. This is going to be a wild one. Pace car is in. Here we go. Just under 20 laps to go. All but the front two can make it on fuel. Green flag back in the air. And both Blake and Mike have to be wishing and hoping they get a quick caution here. Will do, buddy. Pudge on. Holy cow, Mike was way the heck out of shape there. Great save by Mike Brown and by Ryan McDaniel, who is also out of shape. Ryan is on the move. Tina, he's moving up. Dean Webb goes up the track. Ryan currently in fifth. It's getting really dicey. They think it's the last lap. Blake and Mike may get that caution they want. Richie is pushing Blake down the front stretch. Ryan McDaniel pushing Dean Webb. Ryan goes way up top into turn one. And where did Darren Silva come from? Darren has been lurking at the back all night, staying out of trouble. It has paid off. And the high line finally prevails. Webb has gone to the lead. And they are 3 wide through everywhere. Just everywhere. Everybody's 3 wide. Ryan slides down right in front of Pudge. That was close. Ryan has not had a win yet this season. He is going for it here tonight. And they are 4 wide down the back straightaway once again. There's at least 2 lanes worth there somebody could get into. And I would not be surprised in the last 5 laps to see this thing get 5 and 6 wide. Hey, good evening, Evan, cheering on Darren. It looks like Darren has been playing this race perfectly. We haven't hardly talked about him tonight. He's just been lurking on the lead lap, staying out of trouble. And here at the last run of the night, sits in 7th. Blake currently in 2nd place behind Dean Webb. Oh, Dean goes way up the track. And look at this. Newbie is way up the track for the lead. They're 3 wide. Oh, Mike Brown tried to make it 4 wide. Couldn't get in there. Three wide all the way around the track. Holy cow. Mike Brown comes down, almost gets doored by Ryan McDaniel. Ryan would just almost ran out of track. Great save by Ryan. He goes back up. Colby Whipple sitting back there just holding his breath, watching all of it going down. You know what? Tyler Ott's at the back. Let's dial up his nose cam one more time. Tyler said he was hanging out at the back, just holding on. And all of a sudden, the Darren Silva fans are in the chat. Ott may be in the safest place right now. It's paid off being back here once already tonight. And yet, Tyler's doing the turns right. You gotta crack the throttle just a hair as you drop off into those, or it'll send that truck all the way up. Ryan McDaniel, Richie Joplin almost get together. Pudge gets a little bit of the apron, but oh, Pudge is in the wall. Pudge's race may be over. Heavy damage to the right side. 12 laps to go. Newbie has the lead. Blake Viken still sitting there in second place, but he doesn't have the fuel. Mike Brown also does not have the fuel to go the distance. They need one more caution to be able to stretch it, and hoping it's not the green-white checkered, or that would be the end of it. Richie holds on back in 6th. Whipple in 7th. Aaron Brill in 8th. Darren Silva back tonight. The lead pack with all the chaos is broken up a bit. However, with everybody 3 wide, I think they'll be reforming here momentarily. As Whipple is reeling them back in, as is Brill, as is Darren. And Mike Brown has gone to the lead. Newbie is bouncing off the apron. Newbie now looks underneath. Oh, he gets into Mike. Mike saves it by going to the apron. And Ryan McDaniel goes to the lead for the first time. He slips by the chaos on the high side. 10 laps to go. Deep breath, folks, because this is the last chance you're going to get. Dean Webb moves up. Mike Brown goes with him. Ryan on the bottom has a push from Jeremy Edwards. Jeremy currently in 10th. 1 lap down. Dean has a run. Blake has slipped back into 8th place. Justin Swafford, who was caught up in that wreck, is out of the race. The points are going to be close tonight. Oh, Evan, turn 1 is has a bump, but turn 3 has had a big bump since 2002, and it'll send the truck all the way up the track. I think bump is probably a terrible term for it. It's more like a dip. In fact, let's see if we can take a lap with our leader, Dean Webb. You might be able to tell just how much the truck drops into the track. You see, it does drop as you go off into that 36 degrees of banking. Guess there has to be some adjustment going from 10 to 36 degrees in the turn, but man, when you get down to turn 3, it is even worse on the bottom. And boom, that big drop off into turn 3. That's a doozy. In the old school cup cars, or in an 87 car, going into that turn almost feels like you're dropping off a mountain. Ryan McDaniel goes up to the high side. Newbie is going to slip by. Mike Brown now back in 5th. Blake Viken in 7th. Swafford currently scored in 17th. Pudge in 16th. But Swafford did have a 12-point lead plus the 10 bonus points that he got for winning the pole tonight. Aaron Brill looked like he had a little excitement coming out of turn 4, but saved it. Ryan now stuck on the high side. Richie Joplin with the push from Mike Brown, now to third. Everybody taking one last break. I'm willing to bet once they cross the start-finish line this time, the spotters tell them 5 to go, things are going to crank up another notch. Lance Sponberg is headed in. Blake Viken is going to ride it out with the fuel he's got. Same thing with Mike Brown, who is now going back to the lead. Ryan McDaniel is going to get a huge run here down into turn 3. Runs right up to the bumper. Can he get low? Looks like Ryan's practicing for the setup on the final lap. Four laps to go. When they cross the line, there is a bit of a gap back to Richie Joplin. But Richie and the pack still has the draft. They will have the ability to come flying by. Ryan moves up out of the line just a little bit. Puts a little downforce on the nose, helps him get around, plus avoids the bump. Richie now back up to McDaniel's back bumper. Viken is headed to pit road. He could not make it. Dean Webb is in. And Mike Brown is maybe out of fuel on the front stretch. No, Mike has slipped back. He is still at speed for the moment, but Ryan McDaniel has the lead with Richie Joplin on his bumper. Ryan just has to drive defensively from here to get that first win of the season. He knows Richie won't move him. Newbie currently sits in third. Mike Brown trying to make it last in fourth. 2 laps to go for Ryan McDaniel. Can he hold on? Mike Brown is on the apron. He is out of fuel. Yep. He is done. He tried to ride it out, tried to use the draft to save some. Richie backs off a little bit as they go into 3 and 4. Newbie backed off quite a bit. He is trying to set up the slingshot. Here they come. White flag is in the air one more time around. And at this point, it is impossible to guess who's going to pull this one off. Richie's looking to the high side. Whipple on the move up top. Oh, Ryan is in the wall. Ryan got too much of the apron, spun up into the wall. Whipple sneaks by, but Newbie is on the move. Darren Silva again from nowhere. Darren currently in second, but having connection problems. Oh, Darren gets squished. turn 4. Who's it gonna be? Newbie's trying to defend. Newbie gets it done. Whipple comes home in second, and Aaron Brill finishes third. Holy crap! And Aaron Brill is upside down the, yeah, okay. Wow. All right, let's talk to our top 3. Hey, Aaron, it's Doug. You got me?
What's up, Doug?
Great run, buddy. You managed to save it, stay out of trouble, and come home third. Although post race going into turn 1, you had one heck of a ride.
Yeah, I was just kind of holding back. I knew something was gonna pop off, so I'd just sit and ride. And you know, it was up and down, up and down. At one point, I was a lap down, had some damage, but thank God for that caution, or my race would have been over.
Oh man, a great job, a great comeback, and a great finish, buddy. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Thanks for broadcasting all the season.
My pleasure, buddy. Aaron Brill comes home in third. Whipple comes home in second. Colby, how close were you to turning him on the last lap? Because I saw you two duking it out there.
There was no world I was going to turn someone on the last lap for a win. We've seen that other people do it in the past, and not this league specifically, but like people in general like to do whatever they need to get the win at the end. And as much as I want my first win in this league, it's not going to come from spinning someone to the flag, at least on purpose. So
it was one heck of a battle out of turn 4 between you two.
Yeah, it was fun. I don't know exactly what happened with Silva there. I know I kind of got into him, but he had been blinking in and out all night, so I hope that I didn't actually like wreck him. But at the same time, I was not going to lift him through the corner. But I'm not going to. Once I got past him, I wasn't going to get to the quarter panel of Newbie and spin him. So congrats to him. He deserved that win. Wish it could have been me.
It looked like he ghosted just long enough that he ended up with his nose kind of in Newbie's bed and your nose kind of in his bed and just got squished.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's good to know. I'll look at it later, and if I owe an apology, I'll give it. I have no issue with that. But yeah, Doug, thank you so much for this whole season. It's been ups and downs, but it's been a blast doing it. I'm happy to do another season with you, and it's going to be a long off season, but I'll tell you and I'll tell everyone who's watching your stream right now that we got some fun plans coming up. We got a fun next season for next year. I'm really excited for those announcements and for everyone in the league to start hearing about that stuff. So hope that we'll have you broadcasting us in the next season, and happy off season, man.
All right, man. Congratulations.
Thanks, Doug.
Colby Whipple comes home in second, and Brandon Newby gets the win. Newbie, it's about time, buddy.
Oh, y'all not fucking entertained. That's what I want to say. Sorry for the language, but golly, it's about damn time.
Oh, my God. God bless Texas tonight. That's for dang sure, man.
Oh, my goodness. Listen, I know I chopped Whipple's nose off, and he could have spun me, and I only had a tenth of gas left, so I don't even know if I was going to make it.
Man, that was an awesome, awesome finish. I know a couple of drivers up there leading, and it looked like they couldn't be passed, but they ran out. There was like 4 drivers run out of gas in the last 2 laps. It just kept, and then the incident coming through that last turn, everything just kind of fell your way.
It really did. Honestly and truly, I really was trying to help Blake as much as I could tonight. I was hoping he got the win, but when opportunity presents itself, you got to take the motherfucker. You know what I mean? Sorry again for the language. You can send me the fines in the mail. I'm a little ecstatic if you can't tell.
Well, buddy, congratulations. Obviously, hook 'em horns, and great job. You finally got it done, buddy.
Man, I'm glad. Last race of the season, I haven't got to talk to you much this year. I've been running like crap. So it's a good way to end it, man. I'm glad I got to talk to you before the season ended.
Man, me too, buddy. Great job tonight. Congratulations. A great win, Newbie.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Brandon Newbie gets the win. I couldn't have told you anything 5 laps ago, 10 laps ago. With 2 to go, I thought Ryan McDaniel had that one. I really did. With the white flag, I thought Ryan had that. I'm out of breath. I think I'll go have my first heart attack now. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope everybody had as much fun as we did tonight. And look for more announcements about the Nowski Nation. Upcoming seasons. Look for tomorrow night. We have a special event broadcast with Home Motorsports. And a lot more coming over the next few weeks. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night, everybody. Wait a minute. Blake Viken does come. Oh, let's see if we can get a word with Blakey Poo. My bad. I was so out of breath I forgot about Blake. Blake, sounds like you just got your championship, buddy.
Yes, sir.
And that had to be worrying at the start of this race, knowing that he had the pole, getting that 10 bonus points. That had to have you a little bit scared.
It did, but like I said during the pre-race, I'm going to lead as much as I could.
Well, you led when you got the bonus points. You were up there. Honestly, I was wondering about the fuel. You hit pit road, and obviously that was a big problem, but you made it work at the end.
Yes, I did. I kind of feel like Terry Labonte and Bobby Labonte there, with Brandon winning and me winning the championship.
It is very, very similar. Come to think of it. Man, a great overall season and a really impressive. You ought to feel a little bit like, was it Matt Kenseth? You won a championship without winning a race.
I really wish I could have won a race, but the championship is so much sweeter.
It definitely is, buddy. A great, great job tonight. A great season. Congratulations on your championship.
Thank you.
Blake Viken gets the championship. Now I can go have that heart attack. I am so out of breath right now. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope y'all had as much fun as we did. Make sure you're following on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. A lot of fun during the days. More broadcasting coming and some big broadcast announcements coming as well. Thank you guys so much. I hope everybody had a wonderful season. Don't forget to check out all the races on YouTube. Have a great night, everybody.